Hello. Cool. So having a couple of issues today with YouTube and everything. My last video got a copyright claim, which basically means that I did something wrong. I don't know what I did, and it stopped. So if that happens, please just refresh the page. It'll be the same link. I will start it again. We will lose a little bit of time, I think, but hopefully it won't. But yeah, we'll start in a moment. We'll just wait for a few more people to join. Michelle and William, if you're in here from the last session, you just let me know just so I know that you've joined okay, because that would be really helpful for me if it happens again. But yeah. Cool. So I hope everyone's well. I'm just going to post the usual stuff down the side. If the live stream goes down, then please follow those instructions. However, I'm hoping that it doesn't, because that would be a very big pain again. Hello, fantastic. Awesome. Thank you for bearing with us, and thank you for coming back. I'm glad it worked again. Just got to post this stuff down the side and then we'll get started. All right. So this is so we've got this live stream today, and then we're going to have a week off from lessons and from live streams, but I still want you to practice in the week off, obviously. And then we're back. So ask them, but ooh. Okay. Sorry, I just had to think so my connection was unstable. Right. This could be fun. Let's see how it goes. Let's jump straight into it. Let's not waste any more time. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to start with is taking a look at Duke of Uke level 2. I know I keep banging on about this one, but it's really, really important. I'm going to play you the first 4 bars just so you can hear how it sounds, okay? So you should have been practicing this over the week. And hopefully it should sound something like this. That is what you should be working towards. Hopefully, if a couple of you have already got that, that'd be great. So that was the A section of Duke of Uke level 2. So basically, you've got to make sure that you're repeating that 4 times. We know that we need to repeat that because we've got these repeat marks at the start, at the end, which is like a fat line, then a thin line with 2 dots inside the tab or inside the stave at the start of the piece, and then at the end of the section. And we know we're going to repeat it 4 times because it says 4 X, so times 4, yeah? So, you know, not too difficult, but it can be tricky. You need to make sure that the third note in the first bar and the third bar you're letting ring out for 2 beats, so it all adds up to 4. There's no rests or anything in this one, so each bar should be adding up to 4 in one way or another. But this morning I sent out the B section. B section is really, really simple. In some ways it's a little bit simpler than the first section, so let's go through that. So for the B section, what I'd like you to do, take your third finger and place that on a 3. Should sound like this. Ready, listen, and have a go at that. Ready, play. And now for the next bit, I want you to take your second finger and place that on A2. Should sound like this. Ready, listen. Now it's your turn. Ready, play. And now for the next note, I just want you to play the A string on its own. It should sound like this. Ready, listen. Now it's your turn. Ready, play. Good stuff. And now the next note, take your third finger and place that on E. So the next string up, E3. Should sound like this. Ready, listen. Now it's your turn. Ready, play. So those are the notes we need. If we start to put them in a different order, or not in a different order, in the correct order, we start to get this. So ready, listen. A3, A2, A. Ready, play. Ready, steady, listen. A3, A2, A. Ready, steady, play. Ready, steady, listen. A3, A2, A, E3. Now it's your turn. Ready, steady, ready, play. So those are the first two bars. Ollie and Beck, I've just seen the message there. Just as a note, I think you put that as a comment on the video rather than the live chat. So if you want to engage with the live chat, it's the one sort of down the side where I've put my messages. But no worries for being late. Thank you for turning up. That's great. So those are the first two bars of the B section. The next two bars are really simple because we just kind of drop one note off the end. We just go A3, A2, then A. Nice and simple. A3, A2, and then A. Why don't you give that a go? Ready? Listen. A3, A2, then A. Ready, steady, play. Good work. All right. So when we put those four bars of the song together, we get this. A3, A2, A, E3, and then A3, A2, A. I'll do that again for you, so it'll be this. Ready? Listen. A3, A2, A, E3, A3, A2, then A. All right? So that at kind of the right speed would be this. Really, really important to make sure that you're using your correct fingers for the correct fret. So obviously, if I'm going to play the third fret, I use my third finger. If I'm going to play the second fret, I use my second finger. Easy as that. So that was Duke of Uke level 2. Basically just the two sections in isolation. Now, if I put those two sections together, I get this. And then we go on to the next section. Okay, so hopefully you're getting the hang of that. I suggest that basically you have a look at the sound slice, which I've sent across, today and last week as well, actually. And then as long as you're happy with playing both the sections, you should start to put them together. All right, so that was Duke of Uke level 2. Let's take a look at something else. Before I do that, has anyone got anything particularly they'd like me to go back over for them? Anything particular they'd like me to play? Just so you can hear a couple of things. We've also been working on, okay. Cool. All right. Let's look at this D minor chord then. The reason why I keep sort of recapping this D minor chord is because it is quite tricky and it comes up in a couple of different songs. I think off the top of my head, it comes up in Uke at the Stars. And obviously, the more chords you know, the more songs you can play. So it's really important to make sure we know these chords really well. So what I want you to do is just see if you can, I'll give you a couple of seconds, just see if you can make a D minor chord shape, if you can remember it. Yeah? Give you a couple of moments. And then what we'll do is, I'll show you and you can see if you're correct. I'm sure most of you have got some sort of idea of how to make a D minor chord, but give it a go. Okay, let's try it. So for a D minor chord, I'm going to take my first finger and I'm going to place that on E1. Yeah, first finger E1. Now I like to put my second finger down next, so I'm going to put my second finger up here on G2. Okay, so second finger up on G2. Now, this would just make a normal F chord. So that sounds nice in itself. But to make it into a D minor chord, we need to do something with this third finger here. So this third finger, this is the tricky bit. You need to make sure that goes on the C2. So you can see there, I've got my first finger there, my second finger above on G2, and my third finger just slides in underneath here on C2. Now, my fingers are a lot big and fatter than yours, so this isn't impossible because I can do it, so you'll definitely be able to do it because your fingers are a lot smaller than mine, so you can fit in. But when you strum it, it will sound like this. So that is your D minor chord. All the individual notes will be this. So ready, D minor, listen, and D minor, play. D minor, listen, and D minor, play. Great. So using this D minor chord, we're going to take it and we're going to apply a strumming pattern to it. Really simple strumming pattern, one that's really common. We're going to go down, down, up, down. Yeah? This comes up in a lot of different songs. So it'll sound like this. Ready? Listen. That's what I want you to try. So ready? Listen. Down, down, up, down. Ready? Steady. Ready? Play. Ready, steady, ready, listen. Down, down, up, down. Ready, steady, ready, play. Ready, steady, ready, listen. Okay, so if you're struggling with the D minor chord, then practice that. If you're struggling with the strumming pattern, then practice that. Okay, so make sure that you can do each of them individually and then work on the next one. So we've got a few minutes left. Basically, guys, what I'd like you to do over the next, it'll be 2 weeks now. So because we haven't got a live stream next week or any lessons going out next week because we've got our week off. So what I'd like you to do is basically start to work through the stuff that I've given you this week, which isn't a lot really. I've given you, I've sent you 1, 2, 3 different videos, okay? Which I'm sure you'll have time to do in 2 weeks. Also, please go back and have a look at any of the stuff we've done previously, because as I've said this week and last week, we're going to start on moving on to focusing on mainly level 2 songs now, okay? Which we started on this week, but I want to make sure that you've all got the fundamentals down of the level 1 songs, which I think most of you have. The only level 1 song that I think I'm guessing that some of you are struggling with is possibly Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, because it is quite difficult. It's the last song of level 1. It's basically a mixture of chords and of picked notes, so it's really important you make sure you practice that one. I sent that one across this week as well, again, because it is quite a long song. So let's take a look at the next 4 bars of that. So it'll be bar 5 to 8 off the top of my head, I think, of the last song in level 1. Okay, bar 6. Yeah, bars 6, 7. No, I was right. Bars 5 to 8. Right. So this one, we start off with a chord that's marked C over F. So it's just a C chord, but the bass line in the song is playing something a little bit different. But all we're going to do is just strum this C chord. Now, the important thing here is to leave this finger here. You don't move this finger yet. So you strum, and then you're going to pick that string. So I get this. And then I take the finger off. So there we go. Ready? Listen. And then my third finger goes to E3. I put those together, I get this. Nice and simple, okay? Just one strum, let it ring out for 4 beats, and then pick, finger off, E3. Yeah? Now the next bit is the same thing across 2 strings. So I'm just going A, A3, E, E3. So when I put all that together, I get this. Okay, so I've got a couple of weeks before the next one, so best of luck with everything. Good work, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.